All right, and we are live. Let me get us all set up. Do 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 do. Hold up a second. Get this all fixed up for a second. All right, there we go. Get you right here. Am I frozen for some reason? There we go. All right, now we're back. For some reason, I was kind of frozen for a little bit. Hopefully that's not gonna happen more. It's still happening. Crap. Dadgummit. Says I'm froken. Froken. Froken is what I'm saying. Froken. Instead of frozen, instead of froken. Now Texas Tech football season's over with now. Yes, unfortunately, Texas Tech is done with. So we'll be looking for already 2026, but look for the 2026 season. But you know what? The way the sun's hitting my TV, I got like a little sliver of light that's just stuck there. I'll be all right. All right, so Indiana will start off with the ball after Alabama deferred to the second half. So we'll be able to see the Heisman Trophy winner, Fernando Mendoza. Good Lord. Hello there, Daniel. How you doing? How you doing? So hopefully this game is a little bit better. Happy New Year's, Daniel. Happy New Year's to everybody. 2026. Hopefully will be a better year. From the 25-yard line, pistol formation. Running back to his right. Drops back a pass, and is going to get some pressure, and going to get sacked for about a 2-yard loss. And that was one of the things I was kind of concerned about with this Indiana offense. Obviously, still early in the game. But getting LT Overton back, Pierre is a very good pass rusher as well. They're bringing a blitz and bringing some pressure. Like I said, how is that going to affect He must have went Francisco. Fernando Mendoza. Good Lord. So, Alvin's got to get lined up. There we go. Going to be a handoff to the running back who's going to try the right side. He's going to get up to about 30-yard line. So, nice gain there, about 7 yards. 3rd down and 5 from the 30. Showing now Roman Himby, the running back, and Omar Cooper Jr. being the impact players for Indiana. Like I said, Pierre is a really good pass rusher, and then Savion Brown has been really good the last couple of weeks as corner. So him against Cooper and him against Sherrod is going to be very interesting to see. Shotgun formation, moving people around. Running back to his right, tight end to his left. Drops back to pass, brings some pressure, and Bray Hubbard is going to get a sack all the way back to the 20-yard line and bring up a 3-and-out for Indiana. There we go, Indiana. Alabama. Goodness gracious. I'm technically going for Alabama, but it feels weird cheering for him. It does. I did it last time because I felt like they had the best shot of beating Indiana, and I still do. But it still feels really weird try to root for Alabama. So punt is underway, and it's going to be a good Lord. I guess I've asked like the 41-yard line. So great field back at this Indiana defense. Number 2 defense in the college football. They're showing right now, obviously, Leslie Tyson had a very, very hot start, and then the last 5 games has gone 7 of 4 as far as like TDs to interceptions. So not the best, but can he overcome like his shaky start and start off hot this game, especially when your defense gave you a 3-and-out? So you'll be from the 41-yard line, empty set for Ty Simpson. Going to spin Bernard in motion over to the right. Drops back to pass, and surveys the field. He's got plenty of time. He's going to bail and just throws one away. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10. I mean, he had plenty of time, too. So it was 3-0 by Indiana. Right now, second down 10 from the 41 for Alabama. Shotgun formation with Hill to his left. Going to be Horton in motion. Going to be a throw out, so that's going to be to Ryan Williams, who gets about 4 yards in the catch and grab. It's going to be second down, third down 6 for Alabama. Alabama shotgun formation. Hill to his left. Draws back to pass. He's got time. Throws across Millsby Hill, and he's going to get the first down right at the first down marker. First down 10 at the 49-yard line for Alabama. 12-13 left to go in the first quarter. Pretty good job by Ty Simpson there. Like I said, just checking it down to the running back. I mean, Hill's a big dude. He's like 240. Under center. Hill in the backfield. Probably want to give it to him, if I had to guess. Gonna send Horton in motion over to the right. Gonna be a flash pass. Going to Sasa defender. Sasa another defender. Is going to throw on the run and check down to the tight end. How do you say his name? Starts with a C. Anyways, gain about 5 or 6 yards. Second down and about 4 or 5. Cuevas, that's right. Cuevas. It's a Quevas. Cuevas. Hello, hello. What's happening? How you doing? Happy New Year. Yes. Live on the East Coast of NYC. Oh, very nice. I'm over here, like I said, still in the South, down in the South. So it'll be second down and 4 from the 43-yard line under center. Going to be a handoff. That's going to be Hills. Going to try the left side. He's going to get the first down and hurl over the defender. He says he's not down, but he definitely was down. But still, it'll be a first down for Alabama, gain of about 6 or so. 10:50 left to go in the first quarter. Alabama's driving. So far, we're not seeing Jam Miller kind of showing him on the sideline right now. Pistol formation with with Hill behind him. Cornerback's definitely playing off. Going to be a hand up to Hill off to the right side. He is going to get nothing. So it'll be second down 10. Goodness gracious. So, Brother KL, did you go to like the Times Square for New Year's? Is that what it's going in NYC? Second down 10 from the 37? Yeah, 37-yard line. Ty Simpson's checking up the line, changing up the play. To be bunched to the left, right back to his left. Draws back to pass, gets the pressure, checks it down. It's going to be to Hill, who's going to try to make one man miss. However, is going to lose 4 yards in the play. Third down and 14 for Alabama. That was a crazy game yesterday. Yes, give credit for those Hurricanes. Absolutely. So the Hurricanes, they definitely came through, beating Ohio State. Like I said, the defensive line, I mean, absolutely just getting after Julian Say was insane. But third down 14 from the 41-yard line. Not in field goal range, obviously, for Bama kicker. Jam Miller to the left of Ty Simpson. Drops back to pass. Bringing immediate blitz. Great job of Ty Simpson avoiding the pressure. Throws on the run, and it's going to be incomplete. Almost picked off down the 5-yard line, but great job there by Ryan Williams breaking that pass up. So it's 4th and 14. Great blitz by Indiana. Looks like they brought a corner blitz and then drop back. Oh, that's a beautiful blitz. You have the defensive lineman act like he's going to come, and then he just drops back in coverage while you're bringing the corner blitz. He comes off easily. So great defense by Indiana. It's going to be 4th and 14. Got to punt this ball away. Prediction. Think the bye teams will continue to lose. So I've talked about it before. I think that the bye thing is taken a little bit out of context. Punt is underway. I'll talk about it in a second. Going to be fair caught at about. Well, actually, that's going to be down at about the 3 yard line. I'm technically going for Alabama, but it feels really weird as an Auburn fan going for Alabama in 2 weeks in a row. Like I said, I went for them against Oklahoma because I felt like they had a better shot beating Indiana. But in my opinion, I think that the given context, you understand a little bit more why the teams are losing who have the bye. But as far as like the first part prediction, I think Alabama. I don't know, it feels weird. It still feels weird predicting Alabama. I think Alabama wins. It's going to be more defensive battle. I'll say Alabama wins 20-17. 2017. But talk about the people who get buys. Like 3 out of the 6 bye teams that we talk about, like given the context of like, oh, it's 0-6. Given context, 3 of the 6 are either teams that were definitely not the better team or were injured. So let's look at last year. Number 1 seed was Oregon. They get absolutely curb stomped by Ohio State. Maybe you could say, like, okay, they were rusty, and it showed, especially, like I said, Ohio State gets out to an early lead, and there's no way that Oregon was coming back. That's one thing. So, like, you could say that's reasonable. The second seed was Georgia. Talented team, very talented team. Came into the playoffs with a very injured quarterback in Gunnar Stockton, making his first career start because in the SEC championship game, not only was Carson Beck hurt, but so was Gunnar Stockton got hurt in that game, where Carson Beck had to come into that SEC championship game with his broken arm to hand off the ball to the running back to win the game in overtime. So already was injured offense coming into the game against a very good Notre Dame team. So that was your number 2 seed. Your number 3 seed was Boise State, who should not have been, based upon how things were set up with the playoff structure, yes. Should they have been the team that was on bye based upon the playoff structure? But were they anywhere close to being a better team compared to Penn State? No. So Penn State beating Boise State is not that wild of a theory. 4 was Arizona State. Arizona State almost beat Texas. It was by far the best game. So is it like because Arizona State got the bye that Arizona State would have beaten Texas if they just didn't have the bye? I don't think so. I think it's more so like, Arizona State played the best of their ability, almost beat Texas. They were very overmatched for. But I don't think that the bye caused them to lose that game. And in this game, so Miami versus Ohio State. Miami did what they were supposed to do in this game. Ohio State didn't. Ohio State could not get after Carson Beck. Is that because of a bye, or is that just because they just didn't have the pass rush like they did last year? They also could not, for some odd reason, run the ball in the first half, and I think part of that was the play calling by Ryan Day, not putting his quarterback in the best situation. So you had the edge rushers for Miami keying in on Julian Sand, cause turnovers, and you saw in the second half they lean more on the run, do a little bit better. So and then the Texas Tech or Oregon, Texas Tech's offense, I think, like I said, hasn't really been challenged like for defense like Oregon is, and you start to see how that problem came to fruition, where their defense didn't seem rusty from the bye. Their defense did what they were supposed to do, but their offense definitely didn't. So it can't be one or the other. Great run there on second down, all up to the 10-yard line, and make it 3rd down 3. Sorry, I kind of went into actually calling the play as well as discussing this, but I think that's adding more context. Now you can still see some of the reason why the team who had the bye lost, other than they're just on bye. Bama is not getting the play call in very quickly at all. So shotgun formation, running back to his right. Going to be a rollout, and it's going to get pursued. Throw across his body, and great grab. Is that Surratt? I think it is. For the first down, gain about 5 yards. Yes, it is. First down, 10, Indiana. Nah, it's going to be traffic and lots of people in Times Square. That makes sense. Only to just stay And crib, I'm having non-alcohol with perfect champagne. Ooh, very nice. I'm not sure for Tulane and James Madison and 16 teams. Yeah, like I said, I think it's one of those things where just the way the college football playoffs kind of happened, it kind of sucks the way that happened. Going to be a screen pass to Sherrod, who's going to get to the 20 up to about the 25, all the way down to the 27-yard line. It depends on actually that's a bad spot. All right, it's a weird spot. So it'd be second down and 2 instead of second down and 1. If the ACC's the way they picked the conference opponents actually made sense, Miami more than likely would have beat Virginia, and you would have gotten probably Notre Dame in there instead of James Madison. So it would have been Tulane versus Oregon, and we wouldn't have had that much of a fuss. We really wouldn't have. Going to be a screen pass to Surratt, who is going to be just short. Great job there by Brown for the tackle. It's be third down and a very short one. Yeah, like I said, Texas would have a shot, but Texas also had 3 losses without playing for the conference championship game like Alabama did. Where Alabama could say, well, we would have had 3 losses, we didn't play the conference championship game. So that's where, there's a little bit different. But Texas definitely would have had something to say, but for the most part, it wouldn't have been as loud. I formation, going to be a handoff to the running back who is going to get the first down. Still a great tackle by Bray Hubbard, but it's going to be a gain of about 2 yards there. First down 10 for Indiana. 5:40 left to go in the first quarter. But Texas definitely still would have talked about their stuff. So would have been Vanderbilt, but at least you would have had a better, I'm not understanding the word I'm looking for. You would have had a better argument of okay, well, they still won their conference. You didn't come close to winning your conference. So, shotgun formation, going to be another handoff to the running back who's going to try left side. He's going to get about a yard. Great defense there by Alabama. Second down and 9. But I don't want them to expand the playoffs to 16 teams. I like the way it is right now, where it still punishes teams who don't win their conference, who don't win those big games. Yes, Texas beat 2 incredibly good teams, Georgia, and you lost to Florida. From the 30-yard line, second down and 9. Dropping a pass, Mendoza's going to take a deep shot, and it's going to be, holy crap, that's a great catch. All the way up to about the 41-yard line, first down 10, a little bit muddy right there. First down 10 for Indiana. That's an amazing catch right there. Yep, got the left foot down. Ohio State has definitely a problem and definitely not top 3. I think Ohio State, I said, I think they're still a great team. I'll talk about that in a second after this play right here. First down 10 for the 40-yard line. Going to move the tight end over to the left. Pistol formation. And be in the backfield. Going to be hand off to the left side, and Alabama's going to let them give about 5 yards there. Second down 5. The thing with Ohio State, one, I think obviously their schedule was not as hard as Indiana's. I think Indiana had a harder schedule. Obviously, like I said, Indiana had to play Oregon. Then they had to play. I think didn't they have to play Iowa, or was it Oregon had to play Iowa? Yeah, I still think that Indiana had technically the harder schedule. Ohio State didn't have this harder schedule. Week 1 was Texas, yes, but like I said, both of them at the very beginning of the season. But still give context. But their problems on their team kind of showed up in the bowl game against Miami. Like I said, not being able to get after the quarterback. If you're not able to run the ball, can Julian saying take the team? He's a redshirt freshman, so can he able to lead the team? And when they weren't able to run the ball, he wasn't able to. And like I said, going against a great pass rush, your offensive line not as good as it has been in years past. We're getting beat by just regular twists. All they were running was twists. They were bringing some nickel blitzes too, but still it became a problem. First down 10 for the 30-yard line. Pistol formation, not going to be shotgun formation. Right back to his right. Going to be a quick throw. That's going to be up to the 25-yard line. Try to make a man miss, but Brown is going to arrest him down for about a 9-yard gain. Second down and 9. Williams with a catch and grab. Is it true, though, schedule in Ohio State is not too great, and we know next season's schedule will be difficult? I'm trying to remember who they play. do they play at Texas next year? I'll have to check and see in a second for Ohio State's schedule. Second down to 1, 2:44 left to go in the first quarter. Indiana's driving on down the field. Shotgun formation, running back to his left. In the play, he just keeps on pushing. Just keep on pushing. Goodness gracious. All the way down to about the, depends on the spot. I don't know why they stopped before we actually stopped, but to be first down 10 by the 12, 13 yard line, Indiana just moving on down the field in Alabama's. Why in the world is Mendoza's eyes closed? What the heck? Mendoza's eyes was closed as he was like clapping. That's kind of weird. All right, so from the 13-yard line, shotgun formation, running back to his left. Going to send number 8 in motion over to the left. Going to be a handoff to the running back who's going to try the right side and gets maybe a yard. So second down 9. Like I said, I'll check about Ohio State's schedule in a second. Probably either if this quarter ends or if a score happens. But I don't remember their schedule. I do remember Notre Dame's schedule in 2028 because Auburn plays Notre Dame in 2027, 2028 is actually quite difficult. So I'll check and see Ohio State's schedule though. Second down 9, 1:15 left to go in the first quarter. Going to be shotgun formation, 2 tight ends set to the right. And a timeout is called by Indiana. So 1:07 left to go in the first quarter. We're going to have a timeout. Let me go ahead and look at Ohio State's football. And then I can show you, like, so you can be able to see right here. Schedule 2026. Okay, so. Oops, that is not. What the heck happened? What? What in the world just happened? Alright, that's weird. I don't know why that did that. Alright, so start off Cupcake, Ball State. Then you got to go to Texas, Kent State, at Indiana. Holy crap. I mean, some of it's not been told just yet, but you got at Texas, at Indiana, at Iowa, at Nebraska, Illinois, Maryland, Michigan at home, Northwestern, Oregon, and USC. Yeah, good Lord. So your away games for Ohio State is got to go to USC. So USC should be good next year. You got to go to Iowa, to Nebraska, who knows if Nebraska might be good or not, who knows. At Indiana, at Texas. So, like, that kind of sucks. And then who knows about Michigan. Maybe that might be good, maybe that might not. Oregon should be good, but you get them at home. So, holy crap, dude. That's a gauntlet of a schedule for Ohio State. You're right. They have an absolute gauntlet of a schedule. Goodness gracious. Yeah, like I said, the schedule was difficult. Home games against Ball State, Kent State. Away games like Texas, like I said, conference matches against Indiana, Iowa, and Nebraska also set. Like so those, that's where it's like, that's kind of rough. That's very rough for Ohio State next year. So Ohio State, also got to reset a lot too. Like they'll have some talent, absolutely, but they're already losing a lot of people to the draft or graduation. So Ohio State probably still make the playoff, but they're probably like 10-2, if I had to guess. Probably like 10-2. Dang, I didn't realize they had that. I didn't realize they had that hard of a schedule next year. All right, so say down 9 after that timeout. Sorry, excuse me. Mendoza so far, this drive's been 5 for 5 for 55 yards. 5. Sorry. 1:07 goes in this. That's the second quarter. The first quarter from the 12.5 yard line. Let's say they run back into motion, drops back a pass, going to be a screen pass. They got absolutely nothing. Great job there by Alabama. That's going to be Tim Keenan with a tackle on this screen pass. So it'll be 3rd down and 9. Try to do a little tight end screen, and that was not fooling Tim. I do like Tim Keenan. I don't like what he said about Auburn, but I do like him. He's a pretty good nose tackle. Plus Penn State notably not playing Ohio State that year. Yeah. That should be interesting. Like I said, I like Matt Campbell a lot, especially when he was at Iowa State. But holy crap, they got to hurry up. Apparently something's wrong with the headphones. 5, 4, 3. Barely got a snap off, hand the ball off, and it's going to be like no gain. So it's going to be 4th down, 19 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and they got to they got to kick this field goal. So apparently Indiana's claiming they can't hear. They can't hear for some odd reason. Like Mendoza was doing like this, Cignetti was doing like this. So apparently something's going on with the comms. All right, this should probably take us to the second quarter. 1 second. Oh, nope, now it's 2 seconds. What? Why did we stop? Why did we stop the clock? Yeah, why did we stop the clock? It stopped at 2 seconds. What in the world? Why did it stop? Indiana, did they call a timeout? They wouldn't have called a timeout. What are we doing? What are we doing? It should be the end of the first. It should be the end of the first. Why is it not the end of the first? Okay, now it's the end of the first. Okay, so now go to TV timeout. Dude, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah, it's the end of the first. It was like 10 seconds. Clock was continuing to run there. Line up for a field goal. Obviously not going to get a field goal off in 10 seconds. Like, doing like that. So I don't know why it was taking so long. But anyways, 0-0. Going in the second quarter. At least it's been, a better start than last game. Please be better than last game. I got so frustrated with last game. So frustrated. So frustrated with last game. But yeah, if Ohio State gets out of that schedule with like 10-2, that'd be pretty good for Ohio State. Also, I mean, that'll be the expectation. Depends on who they get in the transfer portal. I'm not sure about their recruiting class. I don't keep up to date as much as I used to with recruiting classes until the season actually starts, to see like how they've done. But they've got a hard schedule. Golly, Auburn's got a hard schedule. I'm not expecting much for this upcoming year. I want us to be good so bad, but we're not going to be good in the first season, so I don't know. What else was I saying? Sorry about that. Dadgummit. I hate when I lose my train of thought. I really just forgot what I was going to say. Anyways, both these teams doing a pretty good job. Like I said, Alabama was able to drive, but then, however, they did come from a little bit of a rough spot. Around was it the 35-yard line, I think. Obviously couldn't get field goal from there, so had to punt the ball away. And then Indiana, like I said, driving on down the field. So they're capitalizing on that, get a field goal, get an early lead, put the pressure on Alabama. So I think it's going to be a close game. It's a really close game. But I don't think it's going to be like a off, dude. This what takes me off the fact, like, the 4th and 1 offsides, that ticked me off by Texas Tech. The on 4th down, it's like your last play, and you literally, like, your left tackle, you have a defensive end right there, and you're like, no, I'm gonna help out my offensive guard, my left guard, completely turn my shoulder, so there's not even a way that I can even somewhat chip the defensive end. Like, who is supposed to be blocking him? You were supposed to be blocking him, not a running back supposed to be blocking him. You, and just let up a huge hit on your quarterback. Doesn't even matter if the game was over. Like, that still just ticks me off that happened. So I wonder why the comms weren't working. Like apparently were they working before and they just cut out? I don't know. All right, so 31-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up. Kick is good. So it is 3-0 to start the second quarter. So good for Indiana. Alabama's going to have to respond. They were able to move the ball the first drive, so hopefully able to actually his pay dirt their second time. That is definitely a stadium I want to go to, the Rose Bowl. Like I said, it looks like a very historic kind of stadium. I've heard good and bad things. Like, the pageantry is nice, but then I've heard some people just like, it's old. And like, obviously it's old. It's an old stadium. But I don't know. There's a lot of stadiums I want to go visit. Want to visit Georgia Stadium. Haven't visited that one yet. This upcoming year, going to be going to Tennessee. So going to Neyland Stadium, that should be fun. Like I said, going to Neyland Stadium, Auburn game, and also going to Davis Wade, ringing the cowbell from Mississippi State. Going to be hearing that one a lot. Probably going to try to give you some earbuds or like some earplugs for that game because I don't want my hearing to be gone. So excited to go both of those games next year for the Auburn. I'm just hoping that Auburn's decent. That's all I'm hoping for. I ain't asking for much. Just watchable football. That's all I'm asking for. You know what's gonna hurt too? So let's just say that Alabama wins this game. Let's say Alabama wins, they beat Indiana, and they're going to be going up against Oregon in the Peach Bowl. Okay, that's who their matchup will be. Do you know that Kalen DaBoer is like 3 or 4-0 against Dan Lanning? When he was the head coach at Washington, he did not lose to Dan Lanning at Oregon. Just somehow, some way, he obviously just dominates Dan Lanning. So, if the theory would be correct that Alabama somehow, some way would beat Oregon. Not saying it happened, just saying a possibility. If Alabama makes it all the way to the national championship game, let's say that Georgia beats Ole Miss. If Georgia beats Ole Miss, Georgia versus Miami would be a very, very fun game. Very fun game. But if Georgia beats Miami, and I have to deal with another national championship game, where it is Alabama versus Georgia in a year where we almost beat Alabama and Georgia, but our own incompetence couldn't allow for that. If I had to watch another national title game, and I'll probably stream it, but if I had to watch another national title game where we have to watch our two rivals play another dadgum national championship game, I'm gonna be ticked. I'm gonna be so pissed off. So I'm hoping and praying that yes, the SEC wins, but I don't want them to have to deal with an Alabama versus Georgia national title game. I really don't. I've already had to deal with it once. I don't want to deal with it again. I just want Auburn to be good. I just want Auburn to be good. I'm not asking for much. Just competency. Just competency. All right. So 3-0 Alabama second drive. Let's see what they can do. First down, 10 from the 25-yard line. Talking about the comms right now. Ty Simpson under center. It's like, is that Jam Miller? I think it's Jam Miller in the backfield. Maybe. No, the show pads aren't nearly as tall enough. Going to be hand number 28, and he is going to get nothing. So, actually going to lose a yard. So, second down and 11. Nice job there by Indiana. I get it. You're still showing it all the time. 6 teams went 3-0 first drive. Yep. We get it. We understand. Under center. Going to send Bnar in a motion over to the left. Now motion back over to the right. going to be a handoff. It's going to be a gain of maybe 2. So not great. 3rd down 8. All right, 3rd down 8. Shotgun formation. Running back to his left. Bunch to the right. Draws back to pass. Steps in the pocket. Is going to run. They're going to try to run. And is going to get to the 30, up to the 35, and going to get the 1st down. Well, actually, no. They're going to mark him just short. I think because of when he slid. He should have slid. 4th down and 1. Yeah. Well, he got hit as he slid, too, so kind of surprised that wasn't called a penalty. I said normally they would call a penalty there, so I'm kind of confused why they didn't, but okay. 4th and 1, and they're going for it. Going to be wildcat formation with Hill. And timeout is called by Indiana. I mean, it is deep in Alabama territory, so it's kind of surprising they'd be going for it. But, I mean, like, you would think you could probably do 4th and 1. Like I said, normally when a quarterback slides, yes, you don't have somebody like Drake all over you, but he did get hit after he slid. So I'm glad they're not throwing the penalty flag, but normally you would see the penalty flag. So I'm sure there's some Bama fans who are not very happy that they did not get the call. Which has happened a lot. There's been, and I don't know, I wonder if like maybe like there was a conversation with all these refs. There has not been a lot of penalty flags, like at all. Like first game, Miami, Ohio State makes sense where there's not a lot of penalty flags because of the last time Miami and Ohio State played, and how that game ended. But this morning also wasn't a lot of penalties either. And there was probably some pass interference that could have been called, but didn't get called. So I don't mind it. I like when they let the people play, but it is bizarre. It is bizarre when you're so used to ref ball and it hasn't been happening. So it's like a sigh of relief while also being like, you're not used to it. It's like kind of like off. I'm trying to think of something else I was going to bring up. Shoot. There's something else I was going to bring up and figure out what I was going to say. Obviously, I'm streaming tonight's game. Now there's something else I was going to bring up, but I can't remember what I was going to bring up. Shoot. I hate this happens to me all the time. Like I'll just lose my train of thought. I try to explain sometimes my mind is like a golden retriever. It's like, just like any kind of distraction will just bring me off guard. Like sometimes I'll be talking and then there'll be like a Kalshi commercial that's like an AI commercial that I get sick and tired of. I'm sick and tired of AI commercials. Oh my gosh, because it's so bad. It's always bad. It's never good. Never good. Never good. So why do we keep on doing it? Because it's cheap. Anyways, but yeah, I'm hoping that this game is gonna be good. So far, we've got some offense. Yes, 3-0, but we've got some offense, and I will take anything that I can get. All right, so 4th and 1. 12:44. Let's go second quarter. Ty Simpson under center. Wait, no, not under center. Sorry. Yep, now he's under center. I'm trying to draw him off sides. Yep. So we saw Ty Simpson in the punt formation. That's the reason I was confused. All right, so yeah, they took the penalty. I said I was like, that's kind of a weird formation. Like they had Ty Simpson as the punt, so I guess they're trying to get him to switch out. I guess I don't know. 4th and 1, they're gonna punt this ball away. 12:44. Let's go to the second quarter. Obviously, still 3-0. Wait, so did they call timeout? They're not now. Wait. So okay, so you fake the punt, and then you're going to go under center, and you go ahead and drop off sides. Then you call timeout so you don't get the 5-yard penalty, and then now you're going for it again. Okay, all right, well, you do you, bud. Once again, going to be wildcat formation with Hill in the backfield. Justin Bernard in motion. Going to be a pitch out to Bernard, who is going to fight, and he depends on the spot. He might not have gotten it. Nope. Did not get the first down. Holy crap. You got to believe in your defense. You're going to be doing that. Because that's going to be great field position for Indiana. Ugh. Is that Pons? I think it's Pons that helps out with that tackle. I love D'Angelo Pons. He's going to be great. He's going to be a great nickel corner in the NFL. So, because they don't get it, it's going to be 1st down 10 for the 35-yard line for Indiana. Shotgun formation, trips to the left, running back to his right. Drops back to pass, and is going to avoid the sack. Rolls out to his left. Doesn't matter. It's going to be a hold. Doesn't matter. There's going to be a hold, so I'm going to back this on up. Yeah, I think it was the right guard. Either the right guard or the center against Tim Keenan. No, it's not against Tim Keenan. It's against somebody else. So 1st down 20, instead of being 2nd down whatever. Curt Cignetti does not look happy, but he normally doesn't. So not much has changed. 12:18 left to go in the second quarter. 1st down 20 from the, 45-yard line? Yeah, from the 45-yard line. Shotgun formation, run back to his left. Going to be a handoff to the right side. Who's going to bounce it off, and Bray Hubbard is going to miss the tackle. And on 1st and 20, they get 22 yards. 1st down 10 for Indiana. That's crap. Dude, how in the world do you let up a 20-something yard rush on 1st and 20? Just Bray Hubbard missing a tackle. Going to be a handoff once again, and he's going to get about 3 yards. So from the 23-yard line, gains 3 yards. 2nd down 7 from the 20-yard line. 11:30 left to go in the second quarter. Hello there, Dobie. How you doing? Both teams have had kind of troubles kind of getting their plays in. Indiana hasn't yet to break the huddle. Now they just did. With 14 seconds left to go on the play clock. They got to hurry up. All right, so shotgun formation. Going to send time into motion. Inflation there by number 7 in Alabama. 3rd down and 8. All right, Alabama. Try to get yourself a stop here. Force field goal. 3rd down and 8. 10:55 would go in the second quarter. Still 3-0. Trips to the left. Run back to his right. They're bringing a blitz. They pick it up. Takes a shot for the end zone. Holy crap, what a great grab. Number 80 on Jones once again. Doesn't work this time for Alabama, and on 3rd and 8, throws an absolute dime for the end zone. 9-0. Charlie Becker with a touchdown grab. They bring an all-out blitz. 7 gets B inside. Yep. I mean, that's an amazing catch. It's not a great throw, but it's an amazing catch. So on a short field, touchdown Indiana. Kick is up, kick is good. So it is going to be 10-0. 10:49 left to go second quarter. Not great for old Alabama. um, one of the interesting things is how is that full fourth? Goodness gracious. My fourth 4-year-old again? Goodness gracious. 4th down. Wonder how that 4th down is going to impact Alabama. Obviously, very risky for you to go for it. I don't understand the process of it though. Like, so yeah, like you're about to go for it, where you have wildcat formation with Hill. Indiana calls timeout. Then after the timeout, you come out, you do like this fake punt looking formation with Ty Simpson. Obviously, you can tell it's like they're not going to be punts. They don't try to rush the punt team on, and so then instead you got Ty Simpson that comes in and try to get you to jump off sides. That's not going to work. Instead of taking a delayed game, call timeout. All right, whatever. So you're just going to punt the ball away. No. Then you decide, okay, let's just do what we're doing before Indiana called timeout. And then you didn't get it. You try to be cute with it. Instead of just do like a power run with Hill, you decide, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to, use, whatchamacallit? Shoot, lost my train of thought. I did it again. We're just going to, dump it off to Bernard. So sometimes I still understand. I don't get it. But that's why I'm not a head coach. I don't make those decisions. Also, it's not my team, so I don't really care if they win or lose. That's the beautiful part about these playoffs is that I've never had to cheer for a single team because my team's never been in it. almost was. In 2017, we lost the SEC championship game. We were going to be the first 2-loss team to make it into the championship game. We just won the SEC championship game, but we came in a little banged up. But we got completely dominated by Georgia, who was mad that we whooped the dog mess out of them at home. And yeah, and then we fell apart. Totally fell apart. So. It still kind of takes me off that we haven't been to the CFP yet. But it doesn't hurt me enough that there's other major programs that haven't been to the CFP yet. So I'm okay. But if Florida makes it before us, heck, if Nebraska, I'm sorry, I should be real. Nebraska ain't making it before us. But if like another like blue blood or like a major program makes it before Auburn does, that's gonna hurt again. Like Miami already made it back before we did, but Miami actually has been decent the last couple of years. Got to return up the 10 to the not even the 15-yard line. All the way to the 14-yard line, first down 10 for Alabama. All right, Ty Simpson, gotta deliver. Bush to the left, running back to his left. Simpson says Cuvas, goodness gracious. In motion, going to be a handoff. Going to be a nice little catch and grab by Ryan Williams. Gets about 5 yards in play, second down 5 from the 19-yard line. Is it a little bit too dark? Like, is my room kind of being a little bit too dark? Do I need to put some more light in here? Second down 5, 10 to 15. I'm just looking at myself in the camera, and it looks very, very dark. Under center. Gonna send send Horton into motion. Gonna be a play action pass. Has got plenty of time. Throws on the run. Caught, and that's gonna be up to about the 36-yard line. That's Bernard. Very reliable. First down 10 for Alabama. Probably next commercial break, I'll probably turn on the backlight so it's not so dark. It does feel like it's very, very dark right now. Like I'm just sitting in a dark room. Gloomy. That is how that last game made me feel gloomy and sad. So, anyways, first down 10, 9:30 left to go in the second quarter. I formation with Hill in the backfield. Gonna be a screen pass, but it's a bad pass. But then again, it wouldn't have been successful anyway, so it's fine. Second down 10. Yeah, they would have had that pretty easily. So. Second down 10, 9:25 will go the second quarter. Going to be a handoff to Hill, who's going to get nothing. Great job there by Indiana, stonewalling him. Third down 10 for Alabama. Down 10 to nothing. Shotgun formation, run back to his left, trips to the right, draws back a pass, getting some kind of pressure, is going to kind of scramble, and basically got back to the line of scrimmage. Fourth down for Alabama, 8:38 left to go in the second quarter. Got to punt this ball away. Also, this might be the first time that I've seen this, so that might be on me. But is Indiana, Indiana's a Hoosiers, right? So what is the Buffalo for? Is it like Alabama Crimson Tide, where it's like the Crimson Tide, but they have like an Alabama elephant? I don't know. Got to return up to the 30, up to the 35, up to the 40-yard line, all the way down to the 43-yard line. Great job there by Indiana. Great field position with 8:02 left to go second quarter. All right, I'm gonna turn on my dining room light. There we go. That's better. Oh. Hello there, Zoe. How you doing? This is a better game, I will say, than Texas Tech, Oregon. So at least there's that. It's a better game. Obviously, want to see a little bit more from Alabama. They had a great first drive, but ever since then, not so much. Not so great. But if Alabama loses, I still am okay. I'm still fine with that Alabama loses. I might be technically cheering for them to win, which feels awful. But if they lose, I'm also happy too. So I'm good. I feel great. I'm still trying to get over the last game, but I feel better. Yeah, feel good. I will say that sitting on this couch pretty much the whole entire day is going to be a little bit rough. They're going to keep on referring to this Alabama winning their first national title in the Rose Bowl in 1926. It's been 100 years. All right, let's see if Alabama can maybe get a turnover here, maybe. 8:02 left to go in the second quarter. Shotgun formation, run back to his left. Draws back a pass, bringing some blitz, and that's going to be a sack. Pierre with his, is that his second or his first one? His first one, because he helped cause a sack on the first drive. That's right. So that's going to bring up second down and like, let's see, how many yards do you lose? He lost about 6, so I'll say about second down 16, second down 16, second down 17, something like that. So second down and 19, really. Hand off to the running back, and he is going to get basically almost all those yards back. So be third down about 11. And Himby's on the ground. That's not good. Oh, it says he's like holding on to his arm. That's not good. It says ball carrying arm 2. Shoot. Oh no, actually that's Kellen Black. Okay, it's the other running back. Both running backs are pretty good. So let's see here what happened exactly. Ooh, you could look at like the way that his arm contours. Like that's not good. Yeah, something went wrong. Something went wrong with his arm. Don't know what it is yet though. But you could definitely tell something like the way that his arm moved. That didn't look good at all. Anyways, so it will be third down 11 when we come back. We're at commercial break right now. Obviously, Alabama needs to get this third down stop. You still got plenty of time left to go in the second quarter. If you're able to get score some kind of points, that's good because you do get the ball to start the second half if you're Alabama. But you are down by 2 scores, partially because for some odd reason, when you were only down by 3-0, you decided to go on 4th and 1 at your own 35, and you didn't get it. So, odd decision. Yeah, so I like that it doesn't look as dim as it was before. It looked very very dim the last time that before I had the lights turned on. Let me get some sips of the Dr. Pepper. Very good. Very, very, very good. We are Indiana. It all is goodness gracious. It always is interesting to see, especially for like college football. I mean, other college sports also do it too, so like that's not anything new. But like whenever you're watching a game, especially like during a commercial, you know it's going to happen eventually, where they basically have like their sales pitch for their university. I know a good bit of the people who are in the uh, who are in the commercial. Like, so at one part in the commercial, it's basically the cohort that was behind me that were in the commercial. So in theory, like I almost could have been in the Auburn commercial for this year, which has been interesting to say the least. But it was basically like the history teacher cohort. That was one of those that was like in like the that was in the commercial, and I thought that was kind of funny. Not funny, but like interesting, not funny. And then like there's some other people that I know. That's a whole lot of clouds. Goodness gracious, that's beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful, dude. You see like the mountains in the background. You see like they see like the clouds. Oh man, that's lovely. Like that's just beautiful to see in the background. Oh man, I love nature, dude. Anyways, back to the actual game. Third down 12. Draws back a pass. Gets some kind of pressure. Throws down the field. Caught. Popped up in the air. Recovered by Alabama. So whether it's going to be a fumble or incomplete pass depends. And that's an incomplete pass. That's what I figured. I didn't think it was going to be a football move. Try to fit it in the tight end. I mean, helmet right on the football. That's textbook right there for number 5, Lee. And then what's funny, it's like the tight end, instead of grabbing onto the ball, just grabs a hold of the helmet. Just grabs a hold of the helmet. So it's 4th down and 12. 6:48 went to go the second quarter. Got to punt this ball away. Alabama had plenty of time to have a nice little drive, hopefully. Ooh, excuse me, keywords, hopefully. Punt is underway, and it is going to be fair caught at about the 15-yard line. So first down 10 for the 15 for Alabama. 6:42 left to go in the second quarter. Also, I apologize for burping in the mic. Oh, it must be love. I don't know why I got something stuck in my head, but I do. Something's gotta hold on to me. Anyways, first down 10 for the 15-yard line. Shotgun formation with Hill to his left. Simpson drops back to pass. Has got some time. Throws a little check down to Cuevas, who gets about 7 yards on the play. Second down 3 for Alabama. About the 22-ish yard line? Yeah, 22. Shotgun formation, run back to his left. Once again, first down 10 for Alabama. Going a little hurry up. Shotgun formation with Hill to his left. Probably be a run here if I had to guess. Only got 16 rushing yards so far. Try to get a jump off side. Still got plenty of time left on the clock. Going to be a handoff to the left side, who's going to get up to the 30 and get down by the 33-yard line. Nice gain there of about 6 yards in the play, 5 or 6 yards in the play. Second down about 5. So far, we have not seen jam Alabama. Wait, up to the 46-yard line, first down 10. Drops back to pass. I mean, like, Pons, like, lays into him, dude. Like, he's still, like Pons is a strong dude. Like, he's a strong dude. Lays into him, it still doesn't matter. He's able to hold on to that ball. I don't know how he's able to, though. Gonna send Bernard in motion over to the left. Well, technically inside. It's probably a run here if I had to guess. Now moves Horton into motion. Going to be a handoff to the right side. He was going to get basically nothing. Got back to line of scrimmage. That's it. Tackle. Third down 7. 3:40 left to go in the second quarter. There's Jam Miller to the right of Ty Simpson. Indiana's going to bring a blitz right now. Tyson scrambles, going to try to get the first down. He's going to get to the 45 to the 40-yard line. Oh, golly, he got walloped. And he fumbled the ball, and Indiana has it. He got smacked. And Ty Simpson, unfortunately, has turned the ball over. I mean, he got just walloped. Who was it that laid the hit on him? And with a great hit, hits him from behind. That's what jars the ball for. I mean, that's that, like right. 3:09. Let's go in the in the second quarter. Still 10-0. Pistol formation. Going to be a hand up to the running back who's going to try the left side. He's by Mendoza, who's going to get about 2 or 3 yards. It looks like about 3 yards there. 3rd down 3. Are they taking Ty Simpson? Or are they going to have him just sit down so they can kind of like check on him a little bit? Something about like the side, his left side. That's not good. Did it hit the 2-minute warning? I didn't even realize it hit the 2-minute warning. Goodness gracious. Okay. I was more concerned with what's happening on the sideline. Also, I've said this multiple times. I hate that Cheez just has the same exact commercial. I woke up feeling Cheez's coach. Like, that's just, it's been the same exact commercial for over 5 years now. 2018 when it first came up, but I'm pretty sure it's definitely 2020. It's been a long time they've been using this commercial. Well, so far, shoot ourselves in the foot, for sure. But I'm happy with either outcome. On the one hand, if Indiana wins, then, yeah, like I said, a Big Ten team is going to be in the championship game. A Big Ten team other than the previous 2 that's already won it. On the other hand, if Alabama wins, then we'll get to see DaBoer versus Lanning again, which has always been a good game. And not be, but it must be the. I don't know why, but I don't know. Anyways, but talking about the game, obviously if you're Alabama, you hate the fact that you're. But if you're able to keep it to a 10-0 game, you get the ball start second half. Hopefully start off the second half a little bit better. And then if you score a touchdown to start the second half, then that's great. Make it a 1-possession game. All right, so from about the 49-yard line, and it's going to hesitate. It's going to roll out to his right, and it's going to get the first down. How in the world do you get that first down? Gains about 6 yards, first down 10 for Indiana. How in the world y'all not able to bring it down Mendoza? He just kind of scrambles, and then cuts back inside. From the 44-yard line, first down 10, Mendoza going to be in pistol formation. Hand off to him. He's going to try the left side. He's going to get the corner up to the 40 and out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. Got with a little bit of a hold on that left side, though, unfortunately. Didn't get called. Shotgun formation, running back to his left. Going to be a handoff to Hemby, who is going to get the first down. Nice gain there, about 3 yards. First down 10. Clock continues to run, 1:16, 1:15, 1:14. Indiana only has one timeout, but they don't mind draining some of that clock away. Why did the clock stop? Why did the I am lost for words for what's happening right now. I got no clue. So something must have happened with the clock operator or something. I have no idea, but it's 58 seconds, so I guess it's going to stop. I think it's going to start on their whistle, I'm assuming. Now we're back up to 120. What are we doing? So it's 3rd and 1 apparently. So they didn't get the first down. Is what they're saying. Okay. All right. Now they're doing an official review. Okay, this has just been a wild string of events, but okay, I'll take it. Like he very clearly got the first down, so I'm confused at what we're talking about. Like he very clearly got the first down. So what are we reviewing? I literally have no idea. What is taking so long? It's pretty obvious it's a first down. Yep, it's pretty clear it was a first down. That just take way too daggone long. All right, well, it's 120 left to go second quarter. Back to where we were, first down 10. All right, so shotgun formation. Running back to his right. Going to be a handoff to the left side, and they don't have the edge. Gets about 6 yards on the carry. Second down at 4. All right, shotgun formation. Running back to his right. Draws back to pass. He's got some time. Going to check it down, and the running back's going to get the first down from the 20 up to the 15. And first down 10 for Indiana. 1 minute left to go in the second quarter. Only one timeout. Clock is stopped. Try to reset the chains. From the 15-yard line, drops back a pass, throws to the left side. That's going to be caught by a 5-yard gain. Second down 5, 50 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Second down 5, shotgun formation, running back to his right. Got to bring a tight end in motion. Help block. Got to be a handoff to the running back who's going to try the left side. He's going to be just, well, that's actually pretty good. That's a very favorable spot. I didn't think you got it. But anyways, so we first down and goal from the 5-yard line at 39 seconds left to go second quarter. Shotgun formation, going to be hands to the running back who is going to get down to the 1-yard line, second and goal, and a timeout is called by Indiana. .23 seconds left. Well, now it says 21. Why did it change? Okay, well, it's 21 seconds left. Okay. No timeouts for Indiana. Second and goal from about the 1-yard line. Under center. Play action pass. And Mendoza throws. And that's going to be easy touchdown for Indiana. Cooper with the catch. And Indiana leads 16-0 with 17 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Just a reminder that it was 3-0 before Alabama decided to go for it on 4th and 1. Didn't get it, and then set up a good field position for Indiana. And then Alabama was driving. Then Ty Simpson fumbled the ball, and Indiana goes on the drive for a touchdown once again. So, interesting little move here. All right, kick is up. Kick is good. So it is going to be 17-0, 17 seconds left to go second quarter. Now, obviously, don't get too excited because Alabama was down 17-0 before and they came back and won. So do not count them out just yet. Hopefully not good. I about to say hopefully not going to commercial break because it's about to be halftime. So. Kick is underway, and it's going to be for a touchback. So they're just going to kneel it out. All right, so we're going to go to halftime 17-0. Like I said, Alabama does get the ball start second half, so hopefully they can start the second half better. But things ain't looking good for Alabama now. And DaBoer is also wearing the black hoodie, by the way. 0-6 when trailing at halftime. Well, that's not good. Okay, so now we're going to halftime. Indiana's up 17 nothing. Can we please put a pause for the cause for the inference? Not the word I'm looking for, but the suggestion that the teams on bye, like, we need to revamp this. Like, Indiana's up 17 nothing on Alabama. Yes, did they go 3-0 on their first drive? Sure. But they're also leading 17 nothing at halftime. So I'm just saying, like, I think that my theory is correct. That for some of the teams, sure, they came out rusty. For sure. They came out rusty. But for some of the other teams, we are not given the context of were they the better team. Like, in my mind, Indiana would be considered the better team than Alabama because, one, they're definitely a better running team than Alabama, which so far has been true. Alabama's not been able to run the ball, and Indiana has. Comparing the quarterbacks, obviously, most people would go Mendoza over Simpson. Obviously, there's some that say Simpson's better, but overall, you consider the Heisman Trophy winner to be better. Coaching, you can kind of compare the two. Both of them are really, really good, though. So, and then as far as defensive wise, I think both are comparable. But obviously, I think Indiana has a better defense, and they've shown it to be better defense, more technically sound, that kind of stuff, and also the fact that right now they still have given up nothing and they've caused turnovers. So, like, it depends on how the Georgia Ole Miss game is, but like if Georgia beats Ole Miss, then are we going to continue to be like, well, like, yeah, they are 2-8, but like, there's still like those other 6 losses, and it's like, okay, well, then just give the context of what I said before. So I think that my theory is being proven to be correct. Even if Indiana ends up losing to Alabama, is the bye the reason why they will choke this game away? No. So I think I'm correct. What is this commercial, by the way, be? There's a lot of pain about weight. It takes strength to focus on health. Okay. Anyways, like I said, if Alabama wins somehow, it'll be another comeback victory, same as like way against Oklahoma, and that'll be the talk of the day. If Alabama loses big, that's the other thing too. If Alabama loses big, right now it's 17 nothing, ain't looking good. But if Alabama comes out flat in the second half too, and they lose by, let's say they lose by double digits, there's still gonna be a lot. It's that Kalshi ad. I'm sick and tired of seeing this freaking alien Kalshi ad. Stop. Anyways, I see it everything. I gotta look away. Just gotta look away. All right, so I'm not gonna look at it because I'm get upset. So, I'm getting upset thinking about it. If Alabama wins by big, no, not wins, loses by big, then obviously there's still gonna be the chatter of like DaBoer leaving Alabama, which was never gonna happen. It wasn't gonna happen. I know a lot of Bama fans for some reason want to get rid of him so fast. I don't understand that, but the fact that you're down by 17 to nothing in back-to-back playoff games, you desperately need a turnover to try to get, like, if Alabama's able to drive down the field the second half, score a touchdown, and then gets a turnover, then yeah, you're right back in it because then you can possibly get either a field goal or touchdown and make it a one possession game. Right now, it's a 3 possession game. Things ain't looking good, and your defense has not been able to stop them since that first drive. Well, you did go home to the field goal the other time, but still, you technically since that first drive, you haven't been able to do anything. So, kind of concerning. Also, they've been able to run the ball on you, which is a huge indicator of who's going to usually win the game against Alabama, who can run the ball better. And so far, it's been Indiana. So, if DaBoer loses big, then obviously there's still going to be calls for his job. He's not going to, but the pressure will be on him, especially for next year, because that'll be his year 3. But yeah, they're showing right now large comebacks. Like I said, Alabama just had that 17-point one. I forgot that Clemson was down by 16 in the Fiesta Bowl for that 2019 one. And the 2015 Sugar Bowl, they were down 15 points to Alabama? Or was that at Oregon? When was the Sugar Bowl? Was that? I don't know. I might be wrong. Anyways, doesn't matter. The thing that I was going to talk about was what does this mean for Indiana? What does it mean for Alabama? Because I talked about this for Miami and Ohio State, and talked about this for Texas Tech and Oregon. If Indiana wins, obviously they're up 17-0, so they should. But if Indiana wins, then they will be winning their first College Football playoff game. They'll be advancing to the semifinals, and it will be confirming that Curt Cignetti, already has a lot of people's respect. But if you're able to beat Alabama, you'll still get a lot more people's respect because unfortunately, I don't know why, but you still have a lot of people who are disrespecting Indiana, just seeing them as just Indiana, as just a basketball school. Regardless of the fact that, yes, did they get absolutely mollywopped by Notre Dame last year? Sure. They still had a really good season. This year, they were undefeated. And yes, you could be like, well, the Big Ten is the Big Ten. Just stop doing that. Stop doing that. Like I said, yes, is the Big Ten as deep as SEC? We believe so. We believe that they aren't. But have we proven it so far? Not really. Like I said, SEC has lost the bowl games. And we can make all the excuses we want to, but that's the case. And the other thing, too, is if Indiana wins and beats Alabama, then there will be a Big Ten team in the national championship game for the 3rd straight year. So, and the 3rd different one, too. That's the other thing that's it's not problematic, not saying that, but from 2019 to 2022, there was a SEC team in the national title. Well, even before 2019, but a different team. So LSU 2019, 2020 Alabama, 2021 was Alabama and Georgia, 2022 was Georgia versus TCU. So some form of parity in the SEC, despite it usually being just Alabama making it to the national title game. So if Indiana wins, Indiana versus Oregon for a rematch of who makes the national title game, and whoever wins that game will represent the Big Ten to try to win the 3rd straight national championship game. If that happens, then the Big Ten has every right to say that the Big Ten is the best conference. I would hate it as an SEC fan. Obviously, as an Auburn fan, too. I would absolutely hate it. But if we are going to say the same exact thing, with when we went on our run of winning all those straight national championship games, then how are we to say that we're still a top league when we haven't been able to win in the bowl games, when we haven't won against the other teams? We lost to the ACC in Miami for Texas A&M. Obviously Georgia versus Ole Miss, but if Georgia Ole Miss lose to Miami, or if they lose to the Big Ten champion in the national title game, like I said, it would be hard to defend SEC still being the best. That's the thing. So it's the reason why I'm rooting for Alabama, but I just feel weird about it, which I'm still okay if Bama loses, obviously. But if the Big Ten wins the third one in a row, I don't think you can still have the narrative Ryan Clark or other people who are still trying to bang the chest of SEC the best. As much as we might want to believe it, we cannot back it up just yet. When we win a national title again, sure, we can, because our best team won against all the other teams. But until that happens, we cannot. So, a little rant over it, but that's one of the things I'm a little concerned about. Just a little tiny concerned about. If Bama wins, then Bama makes it to the semifinals, go against Oregon. I talk about Dan Lanning versus Kellen DaBoer. Kellen DaBoer owns Dan Lanning so far. So there's that. And I think it's either been 3 or 4 matchups between Dan Lanning and Kalen DeBoer. Again, they're showing the daggum couch commercial, the alien one. Stop showing me the. Just looked at. Lost my train of thought. I was talking about Dan Lanning and Kalen DeBoer. I said Kalen DeBoer, I think he's either 3-0 or 4-0 against Dan Lanning. So it'll be interesting to see if Dan Lanning can finally get his win. And then I like Georgia's chances versus Miami's chances. Oh, against Miami, so obviously I'm going to go for Georgia. But I don't feel great about it. I hate the fact that Alabama's band nickname is the $1 Million Band. The $1 Million Band, really? And it's normally not even all the. It's not really the best. I'll be honest. Not really. Oh man. I'm also just watching this at the same time. I'm ready for tomorrow. I'm ready for tomorrow's news about the transfer portal and who's all going to where, especially in the early window. Like I said, it officially opens then. Just because, like, I don't know, like, as an Auburn fan, and I've said this before, I want to make a video coming out probably Sunday talking about it. But, like, as an Auburn fan, we have just been on an absolutely downward spiral for a while now. And there's been reports about how the locker room's been and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, well, if that's true, then it makes sense why we're purging so much. But because we're purging so much, and because we're basically saying we're going to spend $30 million this year on a roster, we have to do a lot of money for just bringing in people. Like the fact that we literally have like 40 people leaving. Like that's a huge number of people who are leaving. And so I just don't know. I want to be positive. I want us to get the right people in, obviously. But I wasn't a big fan of the Alex Golesh hire. And I'm concerned. I'm concerned. I'm not like a toxic Auburn fan that are like already like, oh, we just signed Harsin 2.0. Like, no, I don't think that. But I am concerned about if Alex Golish is not the guy, and we fall again. If we lose 2 more years, if in 2 more years we get swept by Alabama and Georgia once again, and we continue to fall behind, I'm very concerned. Because right now, Auburn still has a lot of fan support. You're still able to sell at the stadium when we haven't had a bowl win. We haven't had a bowl win since 2018. Let me remind you, we have not had a bowl win, not to go into a bowl, but we have not had a bowl win since 2018 when we beat Purdue. Aiden O'Connell was the quarterback for Purdue. And yet you still have Auburn support. But I'm concerned if you try to sell it again and again that Auburn's going to get back to championship ways and we don't even come anywhere close to it, and we continue to fall behind our rivals, and we continue to have our rivals whoop us, and we continue to have where if, for instance, it becomes Georgia versus Alabama in the national title game, that's going to be sick to my stomach. Like, if we have that kind of stuff continue to happen, like, it's very concerning. Very concerning. And there's going to be some apathy that starts taking place for Auburn fans, and that's the worst thing that could possibly happen. Hey there, Luke. How you doing? I've just accepted that DaBoer is never going to win. Crap. Yep, his teams are soft as Charmin, say that, and Ryan Grubb genuinely might be the worst OC ever. Well, Luke. Now, I'm not going to agree. I'm not going to say for Parker that Alabama's football season's over with now because they were down 17-0 against Oklahoma and they found a way to come back. But it ain't looking good. Because you get the ball start second half, so hopefully you can start the second half better. If for a touchdown, which is easier said than done, it'll be 17-7. If you're ever going to stop or a turnover, which you haven't been able to do that just yet, if you're able to get a turnover, then the momentum will swing back in your way. You'll get good field position, and even if you have to set up for a field goal, you can make it a one-possession game. So there's still like a easier understanding for Bama to get back in the game. But will it happen? That's the key word. Will it happen? We don't know. But I'm good either way. If Bama somehow wins, then that means SEC is we have 2 SEC teams definitely in the semifinals. If Bama loses, then I get to hear all about it from you there, Luke, because more likely you're going to call me afterwards. But yeah, should be interesting to say the least. Oh, man. Bold to assume Alabama can't even get across midfield. Well, they did. And then they screwed it up, but they could get across midfield. They just got to be a little better as far as once you do cross midfield. Because that first drive you did, and then you got sacked, and then you had that dumb play call where you lost 5 yards, and then you had a punt. So it's been downhill ever since you tried to go on a 4th and 1, which, again, that's also still wild. You went for on a 4th and 1 to your own 35-yard line. Like, when you're only down by 3-0. I think that's the more crazy thing is that you're like at that point in time you're only down 3-0, and then you go for it. Like, I think it's a little early in the game to do that, and the whole entire situation that you decided to do, like, you know, where you were first faking like you were going to do a wildcat formation, just try to get Indiana call timeout. Then you do the fake punt scenario where you're like, oh, well, actually, we're going to try to get them to jump off sides. Then you call a timeout. And then it was now we're actually doing the wildcat formation. And instead of running with Hill to put that 240 pounds to work, they're like, nah, I'm going to give it to Bernard. So, yeah. I'm back. Glad to see this game going my way. I didn't hate the going for a call. The call was just absolutely bad. Yes, it has. Has it been? Well, it's been 17-0. That's what it's been like. It has not been good for Luke. Unfortunately, Luke's not having a great time, but all of us having good times. Are you upset that Ohio State football season's over with? Nah, not. Because I like parity in not only NFL, but also in college football. So the fact we're not going to have a back-to-back champion is nice. I'm not upset with Ohio State and how their season ended. I think that it's nice that Miami won their second playoff game and now are in the semifinals, which is going to help build back a lot of support for Miami. Because they're trying really hard to, they've already gotten a lot of support, but when they've actually been able to prove that they are indeed back, or at least that they're trying to get there, that's going to bring up a lot of support for Miami. And when Miami was good and consistently good, sure, it's been a while, that support is big down there. So that would be nice to see if Miami can get the backing that they need for especially good NIL and in the ACC. Could Miami be like the Clemson of the ACC, where for a while there Clemson had no really any kind of competition, and the ACC would just kind of cruise to the ACC and then make it to the college football playoff, and they would make it to the national championship game. If Miami's able to do that, obviously it's easier said than done, but there's a theoretical possibility that Miami could end up doing that. And I would say that Texas Tech football season's over with. That one hurts a little bit more because Texas Tech, obviously, like I said, it was their first time making it to the college football playoff, and I'm more so upset with the fact of how it ended. Your defense is doing everything it possibly can in that game, and your offense just completely it screws you over. Your offense just completely screws you over because not only do the turnovers put you in a bad spot where you maybe had to hold them to field goals or you unfortunately had to let up a touchdown, but it ruins any kind of momentum. Texas Tech had a turnover. Texas Tech had made themselves field goals where it made them settle for where it's still an easy game for them to come back and win. And then you turn the ball over right after that. Sucks for the defense because it's what else can we possibly do? That's what I'm saying. That's what's frustrating. Is that literally what's frustrating is that they literally could have done so much better if only their offense had somewhat shown up. Oregon's offense didn't do amazing, but it's also because Texas Tech defense is really stinking good, and so that's what was frustrating. Is that that's why I got so frustrated just because some of the stupid stuff that Texas Tech was doing. So first down 10 for the 25-yard line for Alabama after that touchback. Miami gives me big 2024 Penn State vibes. I don't care if that makes sense. I think so. Like I said, they failed in a big moment. Because like I said, they came out flat the second half. So will a second half team like a Georgia be able to capitalize? Georgia is definitely a second half team. Goodness gracious, his halftime adjustments, Herbert's halftime adjustments is known about. So that's the reason why I say if Georgia's able to make it against that's such a dumb, stupid call. If Georgia's able to make it past Ole Miss, I think they could possibly beat Miami. Also, that was a screen pass and it lost 2 yards. So second down and 12. That's why I think if Alabama's able to make it past Indiana some way, somehow, they can actually possibly beat Oregon. So, I don't know. Trips to the left, running back to his right. Now motion up to his left, drops back pass. Going to be a screen pass and batted at the line, 3rd down and 12. Mario with the pass deflection. Alabama so far has been 1 of 5 on 3rd down so far. I don't know, I said so far twice. Shotgun formation with Hill to his right. Draws back to pass. He's got some time. Dumps it off. Just trying to get some kind of yards, but not really getting much. Got like 5. Got to punch the ball away. This is ridiculous, man. Under a minute in the second half, already a 3 and out. Down by 3 scores. For all the people, and it's not all people, but for the people who called in to a particular radio show talking about how Alabama was going to, run over Indiana is what I believe some people said. Dominate Indiana. Can we finally give Indiana also their credit? Like, Ryan Clark is still Indiana. Yeah, it's still Indiana. And Indiana's up 17-0. So, all right, Mendoza, what you got for us? Pistol from shotgun formation. Sorry, run back to his right. Going to be a handoff to the left side, and he is going to get the edge and gets about 3 yards. Probably should have lost 2 yards, but Alabama's having a really hard time getting the edge. Don't know why, but literally, yeah. Going to be a handoff. That's going to be about like 3 yards, maybe 3 or 4 yards. Oh no, I thought there was something else that was added. 3rd down 3. Shotgun formation, running back to his right. And Mendoza's actually going to try to run, and he's going to get the first down to the 35, down to the 37, 36-yard line. First down take for Indiana. Ooh, excuse me. Goodness gracious. I love the constant, what is it? Feinbaum shade. Oh, absolutely. I hate Feinbaum with a burning passion. And I know I'm not the only one. That's things. Like I know it's a consistent thing that I don't understand why he still stays the way he is. Gonna be another handoff, and that's going to be up to the left side and tackle by Pierre, but still gets up to about the 41-yard line. Gain of 5 yards, 2nd down 5. Like I said, Indiana is just able just to get 4 or 5 yards of pop every single time. It's like a running gag. Yeah, maybe. I'm he'll probably be dead, but I'm sorry, that's rude. Drops back to pass, gets the pressure by Tim Keenan, rolls up to his right, get the first down, up to the 50, out about the 40-something yard line, doesn't matter. First down to for Indiana. Indiana just run down the throat. They just run down the throat, dude. First down 10 from the 47-yard line. Shotgun formation. Going to be a screen pass, and that's going to be up to about the 45 and down to about the 42, 41-yard line, depends on the spot. Gain of about 5 yards by Cooper, and it's going to be second down 5. Showing Tom Allen, 927, 20 points per game, and 32.4. Tied for worst among power conference teams in that 3-year span. 7 yards. First down 10 for Indiana. They are just running down Bama's throat. 9:35 going to third. Goodness gracious, dude. Total yards, 225 compared to 96 from Alabama. Handoff, and once again, it's going to shotgun formation, run back to his left. Going to send Cooper in motion up to the right. Drops back to pass, is going to scramble, is going to try to run up to the 30, up to about the 25 before he's tripped up. Still gets about 7 yards. Be third down and 1. Eight minutes left to go in the third quarter. Still 17-0 in case you're wondering. Shotgun formation. Just like a heavy set. Takes a deep shot, and oh my word. Touchdown, Surratt. 23-0. 23-0. Look at the concerned faces on all those Bama fans. Treat this like when the Dallas Cowboys lose, and just like pan across the landscape of all the Bama fans, so we can get like a good view, maybe, possibly. If QB scrambles into a run and the DB does a clear DPI before a QB crosses line of scrimmage, like hook and arm or say no call type, would there be a flag? And if so, would it be DPI or some other flag? Well, if the quarterback's just running, then no. If the quarterback's running, then no, it wouldn't be a DPI. I don't think, because like there wasn't a flat, there wasn't a thrown. Now, if a QB scrambles and before they, QB scrambles and before like they cross the goal line, they throw, and there was a DPI or there was like a no call, then they would call it. Yeah, like I said, but if there's no throw, then obviously there's no pass. So there can't be a pass interference, so there was no pass. So that's how that works. But if, let's just say, if a QB in this progression sees that a wide receiver was, basically pushed down on the ground past 5 yards or was hooked and, basically just, hooked up together and they throw in that general direction, then that's going to be a call. So if a quarterback's able to see that in the quick progressions, when he's looking, or when he's scrambling, if he's scrambling, he sees it happen, he just throws it, then yeah, that can be called. But that's very, very rare that's going to happen. Well, this is lovely. I get to sit here and watch. I'm sure does it feel great that a Big Ten team is probably going to go to the national championship game? Nah, does it feel great. But would I rather have that happen or see Alabama get embarrassed on national television? Would I rather have to hear about the Big Ten possibly being the best conference or hear from Bama fans who want to get rid of Kellen DaBoer? Tough decision. I'm having a great time. This is a lot better than the last game. I will say that too. But what in the world is beauty? Like it shows the same exact commercial every single time. I'm like, what in the world is doing? What is this lady doing that has like the I said it before from like the rib from the water fountain. She's in the water fountain like what even is that? I don't like that tells you nothing about the TV show you're trying to sell us. That's like hurting, I guess. And then she goes, holy crap, it's Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson's going out. Holy crap. Austin Mack is going in. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, interesting development. Is this a sign of a change with Austin Mack maybe potentially bringing something else to the table? Or is this throwing in the towel? I mean, you're down 24-0. You got to do something. So, what was I saying about before? There you go. The sight of Austin Mack coming in changed what I was going to say because I just lost my train of thought. I mean, it's been happening a lot today. I've been losing my train of thought, but I could not have seen that happening. I could not have seen that happening. That Austin Mack's going to come in. A QB change. How funny would it be if Bama comes back? It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. But if Bama comes back because he puts in Austin Mack, will this be his Saban to a situation? Probably not. But it is kind of funny. Will last game be the new Ryan Green benchmark for what a bad game is, or will Broncos Raiders? Oh, Broncos Raiders still. Because here's the thing. The reason why Broncos Raiders will still be above this past game for as being ridiculously bad is because Oregon, for the most part, was still doing what they were supposed to be doing. Like, they were able to move the ball. They were able to not do stupid stuff where, like, they weren't, like, the fact holding up as they possibly could. So, no, like I said, I would still say that Broncos Raiders would definitely still be it. So apparently Ty Simpson's hurt. Like the hit that he got hit by for Pons was the reason why. Okay. Sorry, I had to step away from a bit. What happened? 24-0. Indiana's over Alabama, and they're bringing a backup quarterback because Ty Simpson's hurt. So Austin Mack, highly talented quarterback. Shotgun formation. Gets in Q bus in motion, drops back a pass. Checks it down to Jam Miller, who's going to get basically a yard. And yeah, it's not looking great for Bama, if I do say so myself. From the 26-yard line, second down and 9, shotgun formation, gonna send looks like 17 in motion, drops back to pass. Sets in the pocket, is going to scramble to his right, is going to get up to the 30, up to the 35, and out of bounds about 38-yard line, or 39-yard line. So first down 10, Austin Mack uses his legs. 7:01 to go in the third quarter. Like I said, could Bama come back? Not likely, but it's possible. But you're going to have to get some more turnovers, and so far you haven't been able to stop Indiana's rushing attack. So, yeah. Shotgun formation. Hill to his right. Going to be a handoff to Hill, who's going to get about a yard. You run for a yard. As was said by our lovely correspondent, Luke McClure, about Alabama football. It just so happens that they are led by a trash offensive coordinator. So yeah, Ryan Grubb has not had a great game plan. Holy crap! It's a 35 up to 30 down to the 25-yard line, an absolute dime to Bernard. Austin Mack. We actually have movement. It was a stop and go. What was it? Oh no, actually no, it was out and up. Out and up. Yeah, it was out and up. We actually have offense from Alabama. So, first down 10, 5:23 left to go in the third quarter. Pistol formation, running back behind him. Oh, now going to be empty set. No, sorry, shotgun formation. And got to call a timeout. So how in the world, after an amazing play, do you have to call a timeout because you don't get the play call in? How? Is Ryan Grubb bad? I saw some of Falcons fans say to get Flores as head coach and Grubb as OC. Okay. So Ryan Grubb was the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks last year. He's big buddy Rose with Kevin DaBoer. Like, basically, the reason why a lot of people would want Ryan Grubb is because Ryan Grubb is the OC for Washington with Michael Penix. But the problem with Ryan Grubb is cannot run the ball and will make dumb decisions a lot of times. Like, the play calls are dumb. Like, it makes no sense. I think they're part of Ryan Grubb where he's good. Like I said, every now and then he shows up to be good. But in some of his play calling makes no sense. It makes no sense. And that's the reason why a lot of Alabama fans are upset, because what is Alabama known for? Running the ball. What is Ryan Grubb bad at? Running the ball. So, don't do it. Zoe knows what's up. Don't do it. Just think back to Seahawks of last year and how if you wanted Kenneth Walker to have a good game, he was not going to have a good game because, like I said, they just could not run the ball. Some has to do with the offensive line for sure, but some has to do with also play calling. So, don't do it. It just means more. Yep, SEC, it definitely means more. Oh my gosh, stop showing the same daggum Kashi commercial, the alien one. Stop. I'm getting very, very frustrated. I'm getting very, very upset. This is Bijan will never have. Bijan will never see a handoff again. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, like I said, it's not. Yeah, it's not looking good. Not looking good for Alabama. But if they score a touchdown here on this drive and they get a turnover, it'll still be a three-possession game. Well, they might go for two. But yeah, it's not looking great. Not looking great for Alabama right now. But there's still hope. You can see the hope in his eyes. You can see the hope in that fan eyes. From the 25-yard line, shotgun formation, running back to his right. Draws back to pass. Steps in the pocket. Throws on the field, and holy crap, great catch by Cuvas, who's going to get up to about the 9-yard line. First and goal for Alabama. Wait, why would Zoe know? Was Grove on the Broncos, or is she a secondary Seahawks fan? That's for Zoe to decide. But we did talk about that. What was that? We talked about it, I think the other Alabama game that I streamed, and I was talking about Ryan Grubb, and she was like, the dude from Seahawks? I was like, yep. Shotgun formation, drops back to pass, has got some time, and is going to try to run out of time. He's going to scramble, and he's going to tuck and run, get to the 5-yard line, so gain of 4 yards there. Second and goal for Alabama. 5:25 to go in the third. Never wanted him in the first place. Not a fan of college to NFL jump like that in the first place, but good to know for the future. I forgot to read your message from before. Second goal from the 5. So far, Bama has been shut out, but that might change right now. 4 minutes left to go in the third. Austin Mack drops back to pass. Free rusher. Checks it down. That's a bad throw and catch. You should have just let that one go. You should have let that one go. It was a behind pass. He caught it, so now it's 3rd and 10. 3rd and goal from the 10. So being 3rd and goal from the 5, he just dropped the ball. It's 3rd and goal from the 10. 3:20 left to go in the third, by the way. Shotgun formation, running back to his right. Now over to his left. Gonna send Bernard in motion over to the right. Drops back to pass. Steps in the pocket, throws, and that's going to be behind 17. He gets absolutely walloped. 4th and goal from the 10. Zoe, no, I just watched the Bootleg Football podcast, and their sheer exasperation with Ryan Grubb left a strong impression. Yes, because EJ Snyder is the other half of the Bootleg Football podcast, is a Seahawks and a Bears fan, while Brett Coleman is a Bears and a Texans fan. And they're kicking a field goal. They are kicking a field goal down 24-3. I mean, might as well get some points. Kick is up, kick is good. So at least you're not shut out anymore. Silver linings. 24-3. 2:44 left to go in the second quarter. Oh, dang, so, like, no one but DaBoer likes Grubb's play calling. Yeah. But if he was Penix's college OC, it makes sense why he would put up such good numbers in his last year. Exactly. Like I said, I understand why Falcons fans would think that way. I would, however, I don't know if I'm still okay with Flores being a head coach. I understand the whole entire thing with the Miami situation. Things were not good, but I don't know. Now, he would probably get another chance, but do you want to go from Brian Flores, from Raheem Morris to Brian Flores, and if it's the same exact thing? So, I don't know. That catch by Hill to make it third and goal from the 10 instead of third and goal from the 5, huge. Because if it's third and goal from the 5, and like let's just say you run the ball and you get like 3 yards, if it's fourth and goal from the 2, you're going for it. Fourth and goal from the 10, I understand they're not going for it, but it's like you're down by technically 3 scores because you could technically score touchdown, 2-point conversion, score touchdown, 2-point conversion, score touchdown, 2-point conversion, and then be tied up 24-24. But now you're still down 3 scores, a little more manageable, where it's 21 points instead of being 24 points. But still, the fact remains is that your defense hasn't got to stop yet. So it's got to stop in the first drive, but since then, do. So not great. I don't want grub. We are a running team. That's true. That is how we are built. Bijan is too good to not be heavily built around, and Penix's weakness needs to be elevated to allow him to be successful. And that's why you will be really and truly the best OC that you could possibly ask for is in some way, somehow, you get Mike McCarthy. That's not going to happen. But, like, I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, someone who knows how to cover up a QB's weakness, knows how to make the QB look the best they possibly can. So, I don't know. Kick is underway, and it's going to be for a touchback. So, 24-3, 244. Let's go to the third. Bama, can you get a stop? Can you get a turnover? That's the key to this game. Is there a chance? Is there some chance, some way that you can flip the field? Because otherwise, you're not going to win. You're not going to win, but just by getting some stops. You've got to flip the field. Shotgun formation, running back to his left. Going to be a handoff, and he's going to get nothing. Great job there by stonewalling him at the line. Second down, 10 from the 25. That's crazy against the blitz. Fernando Mendoza at 6 for 6 for 92 yards and 3 touchdowns. Against the blitz. Bunch to the left. Running back to his right. Going to send Ty into motion. Going to be a high snap, so throws it down. And that's going to be only gain about 2. Third down and 8. I suppose, UI doesn't get 2 safeties, right? UI? Oh, University of Indiana doesn't get 2 safeties? What's that referring to? Not. I must be lost. I must be lost. All right, so third down and 8. 1:25 to go in the third quarter. Shotgun formation. Right back to his right. Drops back a pass. Bringing a blitz. Throws to the left side, and that's going to be a first down up to the 40, up to the 45, up to the 50. Out of bounds at about the 44-yard line of Alabama. Third down and 8, and you still can't get a stop. Was that Bray Howard with the missed tackle? No, it wasn't Bray Howard. Hubbard. Number 16 instead of 18. Yep. Oh. Yeah, I think they're going to get 2 safeties. I was confused for a second. All right, so pistol formation from the 42-yard line. It'll be hands to running back. He's going to go right up the middle, and he's going to get about 13. First down and 10 for Indiana. 27, 26, 25, and they're taking it to the fourth quarter. 24-3. 152 rushing yards. It has been a complete dominance by Indiana over Alabama. Is that a firework? All right. Well, I'm glad Indiana is living up to expectations for the moment. Exactly. Like I said, you got Indiana, number one team, able to defeat the number 9 team, and more than likely going to be moving on. Like I said, I say that now. That's a whole lot of fireworks. Are they having a second fireworks show? I mean, it's like 6:30 something. Anyways, what was I saying? Shoot. Is the field as wet as the pundit said? I'm guessing that Indiana run game is much better than Bama's. It is better than Bama's, just based upon the season. But there's been a lot of muddiness, especially like I said when some of the tackles been done. So it's still so. But yeah, it is something to see Indiana win against Alabama. And I say it's like we had a whole another quarter. Like I said, we had a whole another quarter, but I feel pretty confident that I could go ahead and say that because unless we have a fourth quarter of the ages where Indiana just chokes harder than that one team. What's that one team? I'll come back to me. But it's very hard for anyone to look at how this game's going and have any kind of confidence that Bama can come back because of the fact that you literally cannot stop the run. If you could stop the run, then I could feel confident. I could be like, okay, well, it would hold them to field goal here. Maybe your offense could get 3 scores and 3 2-point conversions. Very unlikely. Very unlikely. Maybe you can get a turnover because you're forcing them to throw the ball and you'll be able to pick it off. Maybe. Possibly. Incomplete pass stops the clock. Understandable. But if you can't stop the run, that's going to run the ball. That's going to drain the clock. And you only have so many possessions. So. Wait. I remember this score. It was 23-3 during Monday Night Football. So final score predictions 27-24 because why not? Exactly. Sure. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a they're gonna force them. That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna force them to a field goal. Bama's gonna block the field goal, return it back for a touchdown, and then we'll look like a brand new game. And the run gets about 2 yards in the play, second down and 8. Shotgun formation with running back to his right. Now going to be behind him. Going to be a handoff to the right side. Who's going to cut him inside up to the 20, to the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Indiana. 14-21 left to go in this beautiful game. And Indiana is up 30-3. Just pan all over Alabama fans. Just pan. Just go close up, please. There we go. Close up. Close up. You gotta see close up. No. We don't want to see the play. Show close up. Close up, Bama fans. We need to get our moment. We need to get our moment like with the Florida State game. We need to get the shooting birds man. We need to get like our thing. So pan to Bama fans, please. Show the Bama fans. Kick is up, kick is good. So it's 31-3. Sorry if I didn't mention before. All right, cooked my prediction. LOL. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I'm trying to do the last time that Bama got dominated this bad. Like honestly, I'm trying to do the last time that Bama was dominated this bad. All right, so let's see here. Since it doesn't really matter what the score is because we already know this is going to be a blowout. Let's see. When was the last time Alabama lost by 3 touchdowns in a game? Not looking at AI because it's usually wrong. Well, the Oklahoma game, that one was kind of bad. So let's see here. Because that was 24-3, but that's not even close to this. So let's see here. Um, mm, that's not showing me anything. Come on. That's pretty incredible that Bama hasn't been shut out since the 2000 Iron Bowl. 2000, that was 2002 Iron Bowl. Let's see here. Um, show us the last time they lost big. That might. Or it's like an album's worst losses of all time. See, this is what I'm talking about. They didn't lose 24-3 in the SEC championship game. Oh no, they did. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Um, let's just look up worst Alabama losses. There we go. Worst Alabama losses. Let's see here. Worst Alabama losses. Ooh, 40. I still doing AI overview. I don't want to use the AI overview. By the way, kickoff's about to ensue. See, worst in program history. Make a little quick little note of this. Let's see here. I don't care. Just show me the games in which Bama was dominated so I can decide which one is worse. With this game still being going. Come on, Saturday Blitz, work with me here. Work with me here. Goodness gracious. All right, whatever. Well, it'll be something else. From the 25-yard line. Play action pass. And Austin Mack has got all day. He's going to scramble up to his right. Throw on the run. Incomplete. This year's SC championship game, like I said, that was 24-3, but this one's worse, I would say, probably. Because the game's not even close to being done. Alabama football season over with? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely there, Parker, it is. It is completely done. This is the end of Bama. Would be the nicest if it was the end of Bama, but I think they're. Oh my gosh. Guess what happened? A sack. A sack is what happened. So 31-3, 14 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Third down forever for Bama. Not looking great. And like I said, okay, bro, you're engaged with somebody else. You shouldn't. I'm sorry. You should not be going off of that man. Draw expected pass. throws to the right side, and nobody's even. 28-7. You said it was 24-3, so that's what confused me. Make me think it was the score 24-3. See, don't trust AI overview. That's why I usually don't try to use it. And now Alabama fans trying to consider if they want to leave or not. Want to beat California traffic? Look at them leaving. No, keep paying to Alabama fans. This is feeding me. This is feeding families right now. This is feeding everyone who hates Alabama. And the punt is going to rumble on down to the 36-yard line. So with 13-17 left to go in this ball game, we've got Indiana absolutely dominating Alabama. This is lovely. All right, let me go back into it. See if I can find out what have been some of the worst Alabama losses. Let's see here. Show me. Ooh, that one also. The 2019 national title. That's a good one. I don't want to sign in. Just show me. Take it forever. Show me some of the worst Alabama losses so I can decide if this one's worse. It's definitely going to be up there. Well. Nope, that went too far. Too far. There we go. All right, so let's see here. Southern Miss, the loss to Brett Favre. They mentioned that one, number 5. Yeah, I guess you could say that's up there. Let's see here. Number 4, they're saying the upset to Mississippi State. That's when you had Mike Shula losing to Sylvester Croom. So is that because Mike Shula did get the head football coaching job over Sylvester Croom in 2003. Oh, there you go. That's not really a blowout. So that's just losing to Central Florida. Let's see here. Utah 31-17. Nah, not even close. Show me that blowout. Show me this blowout. Louisiana Monroe. See, that's not even close. All right. I would have to say it's probably the 2019 National Championship. 2019 National Championship. How dominant that game was. Let me show you. In case you're unfamiliar. So 44-16 was the score of this game. But the box score, like I said, it's 44-16, and then just no one scores in the fourth quarter. Like it stays that way for quite some time. And Bama was dominated from the beginning of that game. Making some burgers. Well, we are making memories watching Bama get absolutely dominated, embarrassed. First down 10, going to be a handoff to the running back who's going to lose about 2 yards. The first positive play for Alabama in quite some time. Excuse me. Second down 12, 13 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, still 31-3. I can tell you that I don't think there's a single soul that thought this was the way that the game was going to go. Shotgun formation, going to be another handoff, and that's going to be up the middle, and he's going to gain about 4-ish yards, so third down by 8. And Notre Dame should have had Alabama's spot just based on a record. Sorry that third loss happened in the championship game, but whatevs. Yeah, I'm sure that Notre Dame's going to be pointing at this right there to prove their theory. This is pretty funny though. This is giving me happiness, and I'm very excited to see what SEC teams are going to say because of it. Throw on the run. Holy crap. Throws on a rope to Cooper all the way down by the 24-yard line. A first down, 10 for Indiana. Who's yours? I mean, it's just. I want to see what Pat McAfee is saying to Nick Saban right now. Because you know Pat McAfee's all on Indiana right now. And just seeing Bama get dominated this way, like, I can only imagine the conversation that he's having with him right now. Because this you don't see this happen. Going to be a handoff to the right side. He was going to get up to the 20, up to about the 18-yard line. So, nice gain there of 5 yards. Second down and 5. Clock continues to run. Let's see, right now it is. We got a whole entire hour till the next game comes on. Shoot, I'm going to have a lot of time to get up and get ready for the next one. Second down and 5. 10:40 left to go in this game. Going to be a handoff, and that's going to be up the middle. He's going to get the first down for the 10 to the 5, and in for the touchdown. It is 37-3. We have 10 this game. Now, again, I gotta ask. So, did the bye week hurt Indiana, or did it just give them superpowers? Because, I mean, based upon what other people have been trying to say, like, oh, it's a bye week that's hurting all these teams. Is that the case? Is that the reason why Indiana's dominating Alabama? Is that? I don't know. I'm just confused. So I said to wait. I said to wait. Like, there's no way you could possibly look at the fact that Indiana's dominating Alabama and be like, well, they'd be dominated by Alabama more if they didn't have the bye week. So, Notre Dame is ACC for everything but football, right? Yes. I don't like how entitled they feel when they aren't in a conference when it only helps them. Yeah. Like I said, it's more so the fact that Notre Dame has like exclusive rights to with a Peacock, like with NBC. So that's the reason why they don't do with football what they do for everything else. But eventually they probably are going to. Hello there, Luke. Ryan, you're lucky my sister is riding back to Auburn with me, or I would have broken around the barriers with my screaming. Yes, I'm sure you would have. Luke, just soak it in. Soak it in. Because you don't like DaBoer, and this historic loss, because it's probably going to get worse, this historic loss will give you the ammo to try to get rid of this man that you hate. Just saying. Parker, now's the time to fire Kalen DaBoer now. Well, that's interesting. I don't think so, but definitely this game is going to cause a lot of Bama fans to want to get rid of him, who already want him gone. I don't even care if I want to call after this. What can even be said? Probably the most pathetic performance I've seen from Alabama team. Yes, I went back through to try to see the worst Alabama losses, and a lot of them were just showing like upsets, and it's like that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for dominant. And so some of the dominated games that you've had is the 2019 national title where you got blown up 44-19 against Clemson, but even this is worse than that. There was a time you got blown out in 2000. I think it's South Carolina. I'm not for sure, but you got blown out by somebody. So yeah, this is pretty bad. This is pretty abysmal. So yeah, no. They're showing Indiana versus Oregon because that's what the matchup's going to be, where Indiana won 30-20. So that should be an interesting matchup. So we'll definitely have, like I said, we'll definitely have a Big Ten uh, member in the national championship game for the third straight year and a third different one. Which SEC team will be in the semifinals will be determined. So, seen a lot of Oregon fans for some odd reason. Luke, they can lose this, whatever. I expected that, but they have been better off not even showing up. I'm dead serious. I agree. It's pretty pathetic. Yeah, why is it that they are not only in a conference football but in other a sport? There are other teams that have done that in the past. Like I think like the Big East, there were some people who were like or in the Big East for basketball, but not for anything else, just because like they want to be part of conference. So it's not like Notre Dame's the only one that does it, but it is problematic when you want to cry that you're not in the playoffs, but yet you basically have like an in for the next however long the playoffs continue to be the way they are, that you will always be in the playoffs, which is crazy. That you basically have like as long as you're within the top 12, um, the next however many years you will be in the playoffs, and you knew that, and yet you still wanted to complain about this year. So, what kind of tradition is that? Yeah. Well, it's because, like I said, there's before a lot of people started joining conferences, there was a lot of people who were independent, and they got to choose like who they were scheduling, and that's the reason why you had Notre Dame was able to have rivalries with like USC and Miami and stuff like that. Tipped up in the air, almost picked six. Holy crap! Um, Notre Dame, their reasoning is because they don't want to something about their values or whatever. I don't know. Like I think this little bunch of crap, but basically like their tradition of being independent. I don't know. I think it's kind of dumb, but I think that if you join the ACC, they would understand and be like, okay, yeah, these certain days you usually play your rivals. We'll let you play your rivals. Just be a part of the football team. Drops back to pass to Austin Mack, throws to the left and caught up to the 49-yard line is going to be Bernard. 9:15 left to go in the fourth quarter. Still 38-3. Excuse me. Shotgun formation. Going to send Horton into motion up to the right. Drops back to pass. Only rushing 3. Checks it down to Hill. And Hill is going to get a yard. He got 1 yard. Second down 9. This is... I honestly don't know if we'll ever see this again. Bama is getting beat by 35 points. 35 points. I'm surprised I haven't pulled up a graphic of the last time Bama was beaten by 5 touchdowns. Sat all the way back at the 41-yard line. Third down and forever. I'm having a great time right now. I hope the next game is better for goodness sake. Well, this has been good for different reasons. But yes, I hope it will be a good game. I hope that Georgia football beats Ole Miss. I hope so too. I think Georgia's a pretty decent team. And I think there'll be a fun matchup between Georgia and Miami. Shotgun formation, going to be a little end around, and then a little flea flicker, and then a little throwback, little screen to Ryan Williams. He's got blockers out in front to the 50, up to the 45, up to the 40, cuts back inside to the 35, and down to the 31-yard line. First down 10 for Alabama, 7-11, always open. 38-3 still. I just want to say it's still 38-3. In case you wondered, still 38-3 though. Just, wanted you to know. From the 32-yard line, and a timeout is called by Indiana. I don't know about y'all, but I'm having a fabulous time. I am having a great time. I'm hoping to have a great day tomorrow because like I said we'll have hopefully good news in the transfer portal. Who knows? But yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. You think that Ole Miss football will lose tonight? I do, Parker. I do think Ole Miss will lose tonight. I think Ole Miss is a good story and everything. They're very dangerous offense, which should be interesting how they're going to attack Georgia's defense. That since the Ole Miss game, really since like Ole Miss around the same time, Ole Miss, Auburn, that kind of stuff, the defense kind of came to a zone, and Georgia's been playing like your hair on fire on defense. And yeah, I know they've been like a whole entire month off pretty much at this point, but I like Kirby Smart, especially in the second half. So if Georgia has a lead going into halftime, I feel very confident with Georgia winning that one. Shotgun formation by Austin Mack. Going to bring a little bit of blitz, checking out the line. Draws back to pass. Screen pass to Ryan Williams up to the 30-yard line. And out of bounds about the 27-ish yard line. 6:43 left to go in the fourth quarter. SEC hate watching is great. Hope Georgia can keep the good vibes going. Well, I wouldn't be hoping if Georgia loses because I said kind of want them to win. Because if anything, if Georgia wins a national title, I'm not going to be totally upset. I definitely will be, but like, I don't know. Shotgun formation from the 25-yard line. Second down 3, drops back to pass, and Austin Mack throws a screen pass that falls incomplete. Third down 3. 6:23 left to go in the fourth quarter. Still 38-3 in case you're wondering. 38-3 is one of their worst losses they've ever had, especially in the modern era. And in front of their old head coach Nick Saban, that's never happened to them under his watch. So in front of their legendary coach, he's watching his pride and joy, the people that he helped recruit to come to Alabama, them get dominated 38-3. Just letting you know, in case you're wondering. Shotgun formation, drops back a pass, and Austin Mack's going to dump it off. On 3rd and 3, you're going to throw a swing pass. Buddy. I don't know about that. Yes, Ole Miss could upset Georgia. I just don't think they will. So it's actually a loss of 1, 4th and 4. Austin Mack in shotgun formation. Running back 2 is the right. Draws back to pass. Getting some pressure. Is going to get sacked. Fumbles, actually, but he still recovers it. Doesn't matter because it's 1st and 10 from the 33 for old Indiana. Lovely. Use some good stuff. You need some good stuff your way, Emmanuel. Yes, for Emmanuel, it would be nice for Georgia to win and make it to the semis, but you never know. Oh, dude. Isn't it lovely? Isn't she wonderful? It's actually lovely to see this amazing score below us. I see 38-3. Like I said, that's not gonna see that ever again. So maybe, who knows? You never know how Bama's gonna end up going. But yeah, for the time being, this is lovely to watch. This is what we hope for. We pray for times like this. I mean, Mendoza's not even out there anymore. It's another quarterback. So look at there. So going to be another handoff, and he's going to get up to about the 37-yard line. So nice gain there, about 5-ish yards. Yeah, about 4 or 5-ish yards. Second down, about 5. So it's looking to be a great year. We're starting it off fantastic. You've got a 38-3 win so far for Indiana. Mendoza was 14 for 16, 192 and 3 touchdowns. So, yes, very nice, very nice. Going to be a handoff. He's going to get about 2 yards, and it's going to be third down about 4. But yeah, this is going to be something else for Nick Saban. I'm just thinking about Nick Saban. I'm thinking like, him watching his favorite team, Alabama, get dominated in the Rose Bowl, 38-3, which is the location of his last game. They lost to Michigan, which was the first time that Michigan got to national championship game, and then they won. Now Indiana is dominating Alabama with a shot of making it to the national championship game. By the way, Corbett picks up about 5 yards, first down 10. Once again. And like I said, this is technically the Mendoza brother. This is the younger brother, who's the backup. I forgot to mention that. It's like doesn't it start with like an H? That was Alberto. I was totally wrong. Holy crap. But Alberto Mendoza is the backup. So, there you go. Yeah, this is so funny to watch. From the 44-yard line, going to be a keeper, and Mendoza gets about a yard. I mean, let's think about this, okay? What is going to be the talking points? Literally, what's going to be the talking points? It's 30-3. How are you gonna like? Are you just going to talk about how dominant Indiana is, or what's going to be funnier is when people are still going to double down on not wanting to give Indiana credit and try to say, well, Bama shouldn't have got in really and truly. How good was Oklahoma really and truly? How so on and so forth. I'm just trying to think of like what possible excuses people are going to give. Instead of accepting the fact that Indiana, one, is a good running team and able to run the ball. 2, got an incredibly great defense that when Bama can't run the ball, they're one-dimensional. So, just saying. Just saying. This is a fantastic watch. Approaching the 2-minute warning. This is the last play before the 2-minute warning. Going to be a handoff. That's going to be up the middle, and he only gets about maybe a yard. So it'll be 4th down. It's a 2-minute warning. I'm also not going to say it, but there are some of my students who are Bama fans who always want to make jokes at my expense because I'm an Auburn fan. Also, there are some Ohio State fans, which they're definitely bandwagon fans. But I'm just ready for next week when we start school back and they don't have anything to say. So that's my fun too. What time is it? 7:09. Okay, we got plenty of time before next game starts. I'm just soaking it all in. So like I said, it's going to be a while before we see this happen again. So The other thing too is that there's like no other kind of commentary I can really have because like I've already pretty much said everything that I wanted to say. Like nothing's really changed. Bama got dominated. Indiana did a good job. Good for them. Dun 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 dun. Dun. I think the other thing too that I'm just like thinking about is like when can we ever see this ever again? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, there are just some teams that don't get dominated often. Like for instance, when Ohio State got dominated by Clemson, like what that 36-0 game. Holy crap! First down, offsides for Alabama just to end the game. Now come the kneel downs. Well, in about 45-ish minutes, Ole Miss versus Georgia will start. So I'll be streaming that one. Um, so far, it's been dominating games. So not even close to what the Miami Ohio State game was like. But you know, but this one was somehow different. This one was somehow different. Like the Texas Tech and Oregon game was frustrating because like Texas Tech's offense is being so stupid. This is just pure, unadulterated like dominance and by execution. It's just straight up executing at a high level. It's getting easily 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 yards a pop, like just running it down their throats, especially when you're up. And so you don't have to do anything. You can do that, and you can do pleasure passes out off of that, and you basically have it. Uh oh, all right, we already said that. That was something new. I'm waiting for the graphic that they can show. This is the worst album loss since yada yada yada. It's got to be. They gotta show the graphic. Can we not show the graphic? Has no one done their research? It also is funny that Indiana and Oregon are going to the Peach Bowl. First bowl win since 1991. This is incredible, dude. I haven't ate watch in quite some time. This is amazing. The only thing that'll top this is if on Saturday Panthers gonna beat the Falcons. That is when I'll be ecstatic, and you will see me probably jump up and down if that happens. But yeah, what incredible time. Let me check and see while we're at it. Worst blowout loss. Worst Alabama, because they're not showing me the criteria that I want. Blowout loss. No, show me. Let's see here. Sometimes they show on the side worst blowout losses. That's not what I'm looking for. Let's see here. All right, so go since World War II. Let's see here. Victories. I don't want victories. I want losses. Show me losses. No, that's not what I want. Oopsie. Why is it not showing you? You gotta be able to show you. Okay, I don't like this guy go look at like AI overview, but let me just double check and make sure. So 1895 Iron Bowl apparently was really bad. Let's see here. Iron Bowl. So 1895. Yes. So 14-0 loss to Auburn in the first ever Iron Bowl played at Tuscaloosa. So there's that. And then there's Bama versus Georgia. 1945? Was that what is it? No, 45 or 49 or something like that? No, not 45. Let's see here. Game results. All right, so here we go. So 1948, Georgia whooped Alabama 35-0. So that seems to be the last time that Alabama lost by 35 plus points. So you heard it here first. So the last time that Bama lost by 35 points was against Georgia in 1948. That seems to be correct. Yes, Indiana will indeed play Oregon. That's incredible. 1948. I repeat, 1948. Last time you lost by 35 plus points, or 35 points. Well, This was obviously not expected, but this is greatly appreciated. I will see y'all in about 45, 50 minutes, something like that. Because like I said, it's not going to start probably like